Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth to rule well. I'm just going to go into this briefly. It's going to be titled, Stick to GMS. All right, let me play this video.
Brother, you know what Yahushai said? The one who exalts himself will be debased and embarrassed and humiliated, and the one who sits down and is humble will be exalted. You sit in the front row, and then they ask you, no, you got to sit in the back. But when you sit in the back, they say, please come to the front. You're the brother that's trying to sit in the front, be all right about the scriptures, and it's not even a big deal. It's not just me. I mean, I appreciate the king saying, the son that are saying, oh, you're the best Bible teacher. But to be real, I learned about breakdown from men. Real talk. And I will say this, whether y'all get mad or not, GMS is the only one who could break that down the best. I said it. They are the only ones out there that can get busy on the prophecies. They're totally wrong about women. That is why in the Revelation it says to the church of Smyrna, to the church of Philadelphia, I have this problem with you, but you did right. I have this. Well, GMS is, you guys are on point with prophecy, but you dropped the ball with women. So if you want to learn about breaking down those
all right, you heard what that woman said. She said, if you want to learn about prophecy, stick to GMS. Okay? She clarified and said, Great Millstone has the prophetic breakdowns. Okay? None of these other groups have it. They might know that they're Israelites. They might know this and that. All right? And I can say that from personal experience. All right? When I came into this truth, I didn't know who really to follow. The brother Yabatazah kind of guided me, or not kind of, but did guide me into Great Millstone. And he told me, that's who I'm associated with, and that's who I found out to have the truth. Okay, so he told me not to go into these other groups, and I didn't, in the sense of me going into, believing what they were preaching. But instead, what I did was a compare and contrast, as you would learn in school. All right, so I would compare what these other groups were teaching to what Great Millstone was teaching, which one I found was true based off of scripture. And Great Millstone has it, man. They have the breakdowns. You have these other groups that go into Revelations 13 and they'll skip about 4 or 5 verses, important verses. All right, and then they'll go into something else. And then they'll skip more verses and they'll go into the mark of the beast being Christianity. And that's their breakdown of Revelations 13. And that's just one example. Okay, that's just one example of many. So when it came to the prophecies, I saw that Great Millstone had the oil and they had the light. And this woman had mentioned that as well. Now she got hurt when it came to women. She said they dropped the ball when it comes to women. All right, which is not true. All right, we don't say we hate women. We don't say, women are useless or this and that. Okay, we need women in order to bring back our nation. Okay, we do need those women to bring back our nation. And the Most High has chosen certain women out of the world in order to do that. Heathen women and Israelite women, but the Israelite woman will live, infinite times better than any other heathen woman, and forever, might I add, but, as she said that, she said Great Millstone has the truth, so, that dude got hurt. One of those dudes got hurt, so he left that Zoom, he zoomed out. But this is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Okay, so you need to perceive the words of understanding. How? By breaking down scripture correctly. Saying that the mark of the beast is Christianity is not putting that thing you said into context. Because when you put it down into context, you see that without it, you can't buy or sell. You can't buy or sell with Christianity, man. Okay? So the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. All right, because with that RFID chip, and previous video I just made, it goes into how the high elite banking families want you to get an RFID chip in order for them to be able to buy and sell through that chip. You see? So it says, verse 3, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. All right. And these people aren't giving that knowledge to people. Saying Babylon the Great is the whole world. Saying that it's not America is not bringing knowledge and discretion. It's not bringing subtlety to the simple. Okay. You have to bring that knowledge unto our people. That's part of being a prophet, part of being a priest, part of being the elect. You have to bring this wisdom, knowledge, understanding to those that are not fortunate enough, all right, to be woken up at the time that you were woken up, So whenever you come into this fold, eventually you should, push yourself to be a teacher, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, in order to increase wisdom, knowledge, and understanding through the elect, or to the elect, okay? Verse 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, you see? So when you listen to this, to the prophecies, when you listen to the elders, to the apostles, to the knowledge, to the wisdom, to the understanding of the scriptures, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and your eyes are opened, okay, what you would do is increase learning. All right? You're going to lean towards what you have increased in, right? If Yahweh Hashem Yahushai through the spirit brought out an edifying video by the elder Apostle Tahar, the elder brothers, about the virgin birth, or, about Yahushai being a so-called black man, or the 12 tribes of Israel, or the RFID chip, or, what have you, okay? If it's good for edification, then it's a good video, So, like it says here, again, Proverbs 1 and 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning. You see? So when you increase learning through certain individuals, at one point, you see if they're true or not. Okay? When I was coming into this truth, like I said, there were certain things that I was increasing in, and certain things that I wasn't increasing in because I didn't want to believe it. Okay? But I humbled myself before Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and I prayed that he increased me in that learning and that wisdom and that understanding. And eventually, as more videos came flowing through, I saw one thing, I saw another, I saw another, I saw another. And I was like, yep, okay, scripture verifies that that thing that I didn't want to believe in was true the whole time. So now I believe in it. Okay? And that's how my faith was being constructed and rooted in this truth. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. It says, a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. You see, a wise man of understanding. All right. So you hear first, right? It doesn't say to know first. All right. You have this dude, DJ Khaled, all right, which we believe is a Jake. All right. But he says, people are saying, how can he be so wealthy and so high up there, man? So they want to know. They made a video or a show about him. And he said, don't learn. He said, learning gets you to, and you can see this dude is completely off, doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, trying to bring forth philosophies and ways of life, trying to make himself look smart, but he makes himself look stupid. All right. And he says, don't think, don't learn, just know. He wants you to skip all the steps and just know it. And that's not how this wisdom, knowledge, understanding works. You learn from men. And that's what that woman said. She learned from men. She learned from great millstone is what she meant to say. Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Rakah, Elder Apostle Ramlab. She learned from them, from the elders, from the apostles, from the brothers. That's what she learned from. And that's who we learn from. Right? So it says, a man of Proverbs 1 and 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning. All right. So that man that was intended to learn will learn. By what? By hearing, right? Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Tahara, the main ones that I've heard. You have 2 ears, man. 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? So you have to do twice as much listening and learning than you do speaking. Okay? And then it jumps to saying, and a man of understanding. So once you have heard those things and you understand them, it says, shall attain unto wise counsels. That means when you increase in this truth, you're going to start following certain individuals more than the others. All right? And that's what happened to me after I started coming into this truth. I wasn't really subscribed to IUIC in the sense of, listening and paying attention to what they're saying, but more for edification of the flock, which is to bring out what they're bringing out and then correct that, just like the elder apostles do, but you will attain unto wise counsels. So who are those wise counsels? Well, it's the elect of Israel, all right, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone, So you will attain to wise counsels. That means you're going to pay attention to what they say. If they say the Sabbath is this day, you're not going to go against them and say, no, it's what IUIC teaches, and still say you're part of Great Millstone. That's not how it works, man. You have your new moons, and then you have your Sabbath days, and then you have your new moon, and then you have your Sabbath days, and then you have your new moon, and that's the order of things. And you have to believe that, all right? Attaining yourself unto wise counsels. You see? Verse 6, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. All right? So you have to understand these things in order to be, a teacher. All right? Who is Babylon the Great? Well, how can you prove that? Well, Psalms 137 talks about the children of Edom, and then it goes into the daughter of Babylon, and then Isaiah 147. Isaiah 47 talks about sit in the dust of virgin daughter of Babylon, and then you go to Revelations 18, and it goes into the daughter of Babylon and that great whore, and then you break it down, and then you go into history, and then you go into this, and you go into that, but mainly through scripture. And if they don't believe, then they don't believe, and that's it, man. You move on. That's why we don't go into these debate videos with these other camps and these other places. We simply correct them on what they're wrong about, and that's it. That's it. There's no other way. There's no debate. There's no nothing, man. The scripture, if the scripture verifies what we're saying, then it's true. Okay? And like Elder Malcolm always says, you have to have 2 or 3 scriptures to verify what you believe in, man. So from there, let me get this one in Sirach, all right, because she made a mention of Great Millstone has the prophetic breakdowns, all right, and then she said, they go off about women, okay, but she said we have the prophetic breakdowns. So this is Sirach 24 in verse 31. I said, I will water my best garden, all right, which are the elect of Israel, Zion, and I will water abundantly my garden bed. All right, that's Zion. It says, and lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea. That's increasing in knowledge and wisdom and understanding, right? Yahweh Shai said he was going to baptize us in spirit, okay, in fire and spirit. That spirit is water, not literal physical water, but the spirit is water by being the word, because the word is being poured out, okay? And the more water we attain, the less thirsty we are in our spirits, okay? The less we try to grasp out to any type of knowledge that we can see, and the more calm we are, okay? It says, garden bed, and lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea. Verse 32, I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and I will send forth her light afar off. Okay, so that wisdom, knowledge, understanding, that water is likened unto light, which is what? Is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the word. All right. Yahweh Shai said that how are you going to light a lamp, right? Roughly paraphrasing, how are you going to light a lamp and put it under the bed? Okay, you're not going to do that. Why? Because the lamp was made to light the house. Okay? Same thing with the elect. The elect, the elder apostles, the elders, the brothers, the men that are out there pushing this word out in sincerity and truth, they were made to light the house of Israel. All right? Which pertains of 1/3. The 2/3 are going to come back in the kingdom. You know? Then that's Daniel chapter 12, verse 4 on down. Some to everlasting life and some to everlasting content. You know? So it says, verse 33, I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy. Okay? I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy. And this is Isaiah. You know, sometimes I have a hard time remembering. This is Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breasts. All right. What is the milk? The word. Right? The word. Desiring the sincere milk of the word. You know? And those men don't sincerely desire the milk of the word. They desire to be seen of men. Okay? Because if they sincerely desired the milk of the word, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, edification, all right, salvation, if they sincerely desire those things, then guess what? They would have came up under the order. You know? Verse 10, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, for with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people, right? So going back to Sirach 24 and verse 33, I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy. You see that? And what did that woman say? That we have the prophetic breakdowns. Great Millstone has the prophetic breakdowns. Okay? I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy and leave it to all ages forever. So how do you know a camp is true? By their prophecies, by their breakdowns. And if you see that Great Millstone has, you know, accurate breakdowns about Babylon the Great, everything, you know, we put everything into that perspective. You know, who is Babylon? Who is the enemy? Who is the ruler of Babylon? Who are the oppressed? Where's the northern kingdom? Who's the southern kingdom? All right. And who are they oppressed under? Who's the common enemy? Who is the higher up elites? Who is the conspiracy? Who are the people that are conspiring against the chosen ones? You know, what are those 200 million arrows? Okay. Who are the arrows that are coming up against Babylon the Great? Who is Babylon? You know, we go into all of that, man. And part of prophecy is that, you know, part of this doctrine is prophecy. So if we have the prophetic breakdowns, then that means we have the correct doctrine, according to Sirach 24:30 on down. You know? So he says that he will pour out doctrine as prophecy and leave it to all ages forever. You see? Verse 34, behold that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. Okay? So if you seek wisdom, you're going to be around those wise men. You know? And if you're around those wise men, then guess what? You're going to have those prophetic scriptures. You're going to have those prophetic breakdowns, you know? So stick to GMS, man. You know, as a young brother myself, that's what I have to say. Stick to GMS. You know, so I hope that was edifying. With that, I want to say shalom.